What happens when the world's most unpredictable billionaire declares a political war on a sitting president? Billions of dollars get wiped from a company's value overnight. On the morning of July 7, 2025, Wall Street got a rude awakening as Tesla's stock went into a freefall, dropping nearly 7% before the market even opened. So, how did we get here? And what does this all mean for the future of Tesla? Let's break down how this public feud sent Tesla's stock spiraling. It wasn't that long ago that Elon Musk and Donald Trump seemed like an unstoppable team. Musk, the powerhouse CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, and Trump, the populist president, were a formidable duo. Musk had even taken on an informal advisory role, championing government efficiency and bringing a dose of private sector thinking to the administration. For a while, the partnership seemed to be a win-win. Trump would show off Tesla vehicles at the White House as a symbol of American innovation, while Musk, in turn, became a vocal supporter of the president's agenda for Tesla investors. Having a direct line to the White House felt like a brilliant move. It seemed like Tesla was shielded from the usual political headaches. But under the surface, things were starting to get shaky. Even before this public blew up, a lot of investors were getting nervous about Musk's deep dive into politics. There was a growing feeling that his political activities were becoming a major distraction. On top of that, the company was already facing serious heat from competitors like the Chinese EV giant BYD, not to mention legacy automakers who were finally catching up in the electric vehicle race. The stage was set for a major conflict. All it needed was a spark. That spark came on a Saturday in early July. In a string of posts on his social media platform, X, Elon Musk dropped a bombshell. He was forming a new political party called the America Party. He wrote, "When it comes to bankrupting our country with waste and graft, we live in a one-party system, not a democracy. Today, the America Party is formed to give you back your freedom." This wasn't just some off-the-cuff political comment. It was a direct challenge to the two-party system that has run American politics for centuries. Musk said his plan was to laser focus on just 2 or 3 Senate seats and 8 to 10 House districts to create a kingmaker swing vote in Congress. This didn't come out of nowhere. Tensions had been simmering for weeks, largely over President Trump's signature domestic policy, a massive tax and spending package that Musk bluntly claimed would bankrupt the country. For Musk, this bill was a betrayal of the fiscal discipline he thought the administration should have stood for. His departure from his advisory role back in May was the first sign of trouble. The America Party was the second, and it was a direct challenge to the president's power. Trump, never one to back down from a fight, hit back hard and fast. Speaking to reporters on the White House lawn, he called Musk's new party ridiculous, saying that third parties have never succeeded in the United States and just caused disruption and chaos. But that was just a public statement. On his own platform, Truth Social, he went for the jugular with a deeply personal attack. "I am saddened to watch Elon Musk go completely off the rails, essentially becoming a train wreck over the past 5 weeks," Trump posted. The president didn't stop there. He claimed Musk was only angry because the new spending bill got rid of the big federal subsidies and tax credits for electric vehicles, perks that had helped fuel Tesla's incredible rise. Trump was essentially painting Musk not as some patriot trying to save the country, but as just another billionaire protecting his own wallet. The feud exploded from there. Musk shot back, claiming he was the reason Trump won the 2024 election. In response, whispers started coming from the administration about punishing Musk's companies, with insiders suggesting that lucrative federal contracts for Tesla and SpaceX could be on the chopping block. The powerful alliance was officially dead, replaced by a bitter public war on Wall Street. This whole political drama was a full-blown crisis. The market's reaction was swift and merciless. As the feud took over the headlines on the morning of July 7th, Tesla's stock took a nosedive. In pre-market trading, it crashed nearly 7%, a massive drop that vaporized around $70 billion in market value in just a few hours. By the time the opening bell rang, the damage was already done. The stock was now down more than 21% for the year, a painful contrast to the rest of the Nasdaq, which was up almost 10%. Analysts, who are usually a mixed bag of Tesla fans and critics, were almost all sounding the alarm. Dan Ives at Wedbush Securities, one of the biggest Tesla bulls out there, summed it up perfectly. "The America Party news is the last thing investors wanted," he wrote. Instead of focusing on Tesla's critical AI and robotaxi roadmap, Musk is throwing himself into the political spotlight again. You could feel the exhaustion from investors. They thought they were buying into a revolutionary car company, not funding a political crusade. The risk of real punishment from the Trump administration sent a shiver through the market, and traders started placing huge bets that the stock would fall even further. The company, whose brand was once its biggest strength, was now looking dangerously unstable. But the market's brutal reaction wasn't just about this feud. The truth is, Musk's political bombshell landed on a company that was already showing signs of wear and tear. The foundation was shaky long before Trump called Musk off the rails. For the first time since going public, Tesla was actually facing a sales decline. The company's latest Q to 2025 delivery numbers were not good, coming in at just over 384,000 vehicles. That's a 13.5% drop from the year before and the second quarter in a row that sales have fallen. Competition, which used to be a problem for another day, was now here. In China, the world's biggest market for electric cars, local hero BYD wasn't just competing with Tesla, it was close to outselling it for the year. And it hadn't even entered the US market yet. Back home, car giants like Ford were gaining ground with models like the Mustang Mach-E. On top of all this, Tesla's brand image was taking a hit. Musk's increasingly polarizing political life seemed to be turning off some of the very people who had been the company's most loyal supporters. The feud with Trump didn't start these problems, but it was like pouring gasoline on a fire that was already burning. So, what's next? This fight has dragged Tesla into dangerous, uncharted waters. The most immediate threat, the one that has investors truly spooked, is retaliation from the White House. The administration has hinted it's willing to review and maybe even cancel billions of dollars in federal contracts and subsidies that help both Tesla and Musk's other pride and joy, SpaceX. Losing those contracts, especially the big ones for NASA missions, would be a massive blow. Beyond the money, there's the problem of distraction. Building a new political party is a huge undertaking, and many worrying that Musk's reported $300 million pledge to the America Party is just the start. This new venture is going to demand his time and his focus, resources that investors desperately want him to use to steer Tesla through what is arguably its toughest period ever. The company needs to deliver on its big promises, like the robo-taxi network and next-gen self-driving, to keep its sky-high valuation. Any distraction from that mission puts all of Tesla's future innovation at risk. The brand that once stood for a clean, tech-forward future is now stuck in the middle of a nasty political war. The road ahead for Tesla is looking rockier than ever, and its fate seems tied to whether its leader decides to focus on building cars or building a political movement. The story of Tesla's stock crash is more than just a wild day on the market. It's a story about what happens when personality, politics, and business collide. It shows how fast a powerful friendship can turn into a bitter rivalry, and how that fallout can cost billions. The public battle between Elon Musk and Donald Trump has revealed some serious weak spots in a company already struggling with new competition and a changing identity. For anyone invested in Tesla, the question is simple. Is this a groundbreaking tech company on the verge of its next big thing, or has it become a vehicle for the political goals of its CEO? As the smoke clears, the future of Tesla will likely depend on whether Elon Musk chooses to build cars or build an empire.